Hey, what's up, y'all? It's poppin'. It's D. About to react to this impressive vid. It's titled Rihanna's Crazy Feuds. Beyonce, Ciara, Nicki Minaj, Azealia Banks. She beefed with Azealia Banks too? Who has Azealia Banks not beefed with? Anyway, it's titled Rihanna versus the Industry. I definitely reacted to a different video of her getting into it with Ciara, Tiana Taylor, and a couple other people. She was definitely a menace, like, back in the day. Especially on Twitter. She had serious Twitter fingers and used to just really, like, pick at people, I feel like, at times. Like, she was low-key a bully. And it's interesting how people let it slide so much because they really love her. And I think people are super hypocritical. People are okay with bullying as long as it's done by somebody that they like. If it's done by somebody they don't like, then, you know, it's a problem. But if it's done by somebody they do like, then it's funny. It's a key. And it's like, oh, she crazy. Double standard. It's sad. Anyway, let's see what happened with these other feuds though. Let's watch.
Hello everybody.
I'm gonna skip the Ciara part because I already reacted
channel. Rihanna, as a lot of us know, is one of the biggest and greatest pop stars of her era. She has a slew of major hits. She not only dominated the music world, but she also dominated the fashion world. And today, she has built a billion-dollar empire with her Savage X Fenty line and her Fenty Beauty line. Period. Obviously, we look at her today and we see how much she has grown. But there was a period in her life where she had some really spicy moments. And a lot of us know about Rihanna's infamous clapback era, where she was quick to put somebody in their place. And not only that, she was involved in her fair share of feuds. However, to put things into perspective, Rihanna was dealing with a lot. She was an in-demand pop star, and she was under a heavy amount of pressure and scrutiny from the media. She was constantly working. In fact, there was a point in her career where she was releasing an album about every single year for 7 years in a row, which is a lot of work if you factor in the promo runs and the touring. But Rihanna had her moments where she was extra edgy and extra risque. She was really free and uninhibited, and that was a problem for some people, and she was criticized a lot. And there were a lot of struggles that she dealt with as well, not only professionally but personally, with the heavy partying and the toxic relationships, and also the darkness that she probably was dealing with that we don't know about. There was a reason why she had her moments where she snapped out on people. So it's important to understand the state she was in at this time. She wasn't completely happy. Right now, she's in a happy place, and you can see that she's fulfilled in her life because she doesn't have the same demand.
I'm so glad she pointed that out, because people swear that when people clack. People swear that when people clap back that, oh, they're just defending themselves. What's the problem? You got to stand up for yourself, and it's courageous. No, it's such a telltale sign that you're not in a good mental space. Like, if you feel the need to constantly be coming at people and feeling the need to argue and defend yourself against fans and other celebrities, like, you're not in a happy place. I don't care how y'all try to twist that narrative. The facts are the facts, and if you stand on that, you're just exposing yourself for not knowing any peace at all. And maybe that's your fucked up reality and your fucked up way of thinking, but people who are happy and, you know, they're in good spirits, they're not about to be up here arguing with niggas online of all places. Like, how lame can you get? Especially when you're a celebrity, you got hella money. Like, what? You know how much shit you can do when you got money? Like, the options are limitless. You have so much to do, and you have so much to work on as far as, like, your craft and shit and your music. So sitting there, like, you're exposing yourself. You're not happy. It is what it is.
That she did back then. Now we're going to revisit some of Rihanna's clapbacks before getting into her feuds. Joan Rivers critiqued Rihanna for taking Chris Brown back after he violently attacked her, and she said Rihanna confessed to Oprah Winfrey that she still loves Chris Brown. Idiot. Now it's my turn to slap her.
Ooh,
Rihanna said, wow, you really do get slow when you're old, huh? MTV said, yikes, Rihanna's marijuana photos from Coachella sparked controversy. Rihanna said, yikes, Rihanna ran out of F's to give. Piers Morgan said, P.S. I think Rihanna needs to grow her hair back fast. Rihanna said, grow a D fast. Dang. The actress Amanda Bynes even went on one of her unhinged rants and was going in on Rihanna.
Okay,
and she said, Rihanna, Chris Brown beat you because you're not pretty enough. And Rihanna said, you see what happens when they cancel intervention? Someone else said, why does her hair look so nappy? And Rihanna said, because I'm black, B. Someone else commented under her picture and called her a crackhead, and she said, your sister. Someone else said, Rihanna's pregnant but had 4 boyfriends last month. Hope for sure.
No, for sure.
Rihanna said, hello, you must be my P. Nice to meet you. Another Twitter user said, wow, as I look through Rihanna's timeline, I realize how unclassy she actually is. I see a lot of C's and F's. Hashtag not cool, hashtag not attractive. Rihanna said, F you, aunt. Hashtag unclassy, maybe. Celeb Buzz said, dear Rihanna, you have gone a little too far with this outfit. Maybe time to class it up and put some clothes on. She said, yo, pee is way too dry to be riding my D like this. A Twitter user with the handle Fishy Pumps said, only females who are deprived of talent need to sell their art with sex and soft porn. Right, Rihanna? She said, whatever you say, Fishy Poom Poom. Another troll with the tag Devil Worshipper said, Rihanna, baby, y'all know Rihanna of her, right? Yeah, she subbed Drake D and Eminem D. Ill, she's a big time O. And Rihanna said, you left out of
clearly 10 years old.
Also, Rihanna was beefing with the devil himself. She said, F you saying F right off. Even the actor Charlie Sheen came for Rihanna and went on this long rant about how Rihanna avoided meeting his girlfriend at the time. And she wasn't able to meet her because she was being hounded by the paparazzi. But Charlie Sheen was still in his feelings and he was going off on her.
He was also
and she said,
on
girl, if that old queen don't get her diapers out of a bunch. And she posted a Photoshop picture of Charlie Sheen trying to get an autograph in her Twitter header. Also, Rihanna was racially attacked by a Dutch magazine editor named Eva Jokie. And she called Rihanna an N-word and a B-word in one of her articles. Rihanna was upset, and she said, I hope you could read English because your magazine is a poor representation of the evolution of human rights. I find you disrespectful and rather desperate. You ran out of legit civilized information to print. Rihanna's clapback was more detailed.
Okay, yeah, these people, she definitely wasn't bullying in any of this. They were being super disrespectful. But here's the thing. When you are an A-list celebrity, you cannot fight the world. People are going to continue to be horrible human beings and talk shit. And if it's affecting you to that degree, you have to separate yourself. You gotta walk away. You just put your fucking phone down. It's as simple as that. And people are like, well, they're humans too, and they have feelings. Okay, duh, but it makes you mentally unwell to continue to fucking argue with everybody and defend yourself constantly.
But she did end it off by saying, well, with all respect on behalf of my race, here are my 2 words for you. F you. So as you can see, Rihanna was being attacked a lot. She wasn't just this mean girl who was picking fights and going off on people. A lot of people were coming for her. And she was bold enough to stand up for herself. And at the time, it didn't seem proper for a pop star to behave in this way. But after a while, Rihanna kind of made it acceptable because she wasn't allowing people to push her around. She stood up for herself, and nothing is wrong with that. Now, let's kind of get into some of the feuds. Now, Jhené Aiko allegedly retweeted this tweet back in 2009 that said, first Cassie, then Khalees, now Rihanna have nude pics and or sex tapes. There will be no great role models for our daughters except us. And some years later, Jhené came back and said, I really want to do a nasty song with Rihanna. I'll write it. And Rihanna replied and said, me? I'm a role model. So Rihanna waited a few years before she left that sarcastic remark. And Jhené did deny retweeting this, but some people didn't believe her. But this was nothing more than a petty exchange and probably a misunderstanding. After that, Rihanna and Jhené have been seen in pictures together, so it's clear that there's no issues between the two of them. Rihanna also had a feud with TLC that actually stemmed from a big misunderstanding. Back in 2014, TLC did an interview on Australia's Sunrise show, and the producers were very messy with the way they presented the interview. They kind of edited in a way that made T-Boz seem like she was talking down on Rihanna, when that wasn't the case at all.
They singled out Rihanna.
Every time I see you, you don't have to be naked.
Now, when Rihanna saw this, she posted a topless photo of TLC, highlighting their hypocrisy, and she also posted a meme of herself with the caption saying, when there's no changing the fact that I'm me, and they're, well, they're them. Now, Rihanna definitely was sensitive and got in her feelings about this, but little did she know, this interview was nothing more than clickbait. And T-Boz went on to explain that she was not talking about Rihanna in that interview.
The person in the interview, I was speaking on how people in reality TV at that moment, the more promiscuous you are, the more you're seen. And when I said every time I see you, you're naked talking about reality TV, they put her picture.
And did you ever call anybody out by name?
First of all,
we never mentioned any artist
we
name.
never mentioned anything. No, I was talking about television shows. And then you heard me say something like, it is, you know, every time we see you, you're naked, and they put her picture up. Come on, man. Like,
yeah. Another feud Rihanna had was with Azealia Banks, and there was definitely no misunderstanding with this one because Azealia specifically attacked Rihanna. Azealia is known for trolling and shading pretty much everyone in the industry, and Rihanna was no exception. There was many instances where she came at Rihanna unprovoked, and one of the many instances was back in 2017. Now, back in 2017, Rihanna spoke out against Donald Trump's Muslim ban, and Azealia pretty much told her to shut up and stop talking, and she called her stupid, and she basically said she's an immigrant who can't vote, and she went on a long rant about it. Now, Rihanna responded by posting a picture of herself saying, "The face you make when you an immigrant, hashtag stay away from the chickens, hashtag I heart nuggets, hashtag save our hens." Now, this was a funny dig at Azealia because Azealia exposed the fact that she sacrifices chickens, which is really disgusting and creepy. And they went back and forth a few more times after that. Azealia basically called her a drug addict. And Rihanna...
I grew up playing soccer in a dirt yard with a coconut and opened my legs for any and every motherfucker who I think I get to write me songs or buy me drugs. I can barely perform because I line my brown blunts with crystal meth. And I'm often very winded on stage. Girl!
Basically implied that Azealia is crazy. But Azealia took it a little further when she leaked Rihanna's phone number to the public. Rihanna, in turn, also leaked Azalea's number, and she also...
I don't want to do anything to you, miss. Beyonce is already working heavy on you. Everything to stop and think that's why you have a drug and sex addiction? Girly, what?
Exposed this text message Azealia sent her saying, "I don't have to do anything to you, miss. Beyonce is already working heavy on you. Everything to stop and think that's why you have a drug."
I think she was going to read it because she wasn't reading these other
So the exchange between Azealia and Rihanna escalated pretty quickly, and they did end up deleting these posts. And I believe Rihanna realized that it wasn't worth it going back and forth with Azealia because she is, in fact, unhinged. Now, the next rift that Rihanna had was with Kendall Jenner. Kendall went on Twitter and said, "If Rihanna doesn't perform Complicated tomorrow, I'm going to be very upset. Hashtag fave song, Kardashians." Another feud that Rihanna had was with the singer Ciara. Now, this was kind of confusing because for the most part, Rihanna and Ciara had positive interactions with them back and forth. SZA, who was unknown at the time, dissed both of them. She said, "I don't get it. Neither Rihanna or Ciara can hold a note worth something. One's just worse than the other. So what's the beef?" Now, SZA did make the excuse that she was young and she was a little S-head when she was 19. So she tweeted some things that weren't always nice. And even if Rihanna was aware of it, she didn't hold it against SZA because years later they ended up working with each other. SZA penned Rihanna's song Consideration, which was a huge breakout moment in her career. And also, when SZA was racially profiled in Sephora, Rihanna sent her a Fenty Beauty gift card and a note saying, "Go buy your Fenty Beauty in peace, sis. One love, Rihanna." There was also a point when Rihanna had silent tension with Beyonce and Nicki Minaj. Now, publicly, Rihanna and Beyonce have always been very cordial because Rihanna had business ties to Beyonce's husband, Jay-Z. She was signed to his management company, Roc Nation. However, there was a bit of competition between Rihanna and Beyonce, mainly because they were pitted against each other. Also, there was whispers and rumors that Rihanna was Jay-Z's mistress, but those rumors were never confirmed to be true. Either way, they still were somewhat competing with each other, and they were even competing over songs.
With Beyonce, I never met Beyonce. Both songs that we did for Beyonce, the one song I did for Beyonce, I did with Polo for Rihanna, and it went to Beyonce. And then the other song I did with Diplo for Rihanna, and it went to Beyonce. So I'm just like, maybe I just need to keep sending my Rihanna songs to Beyonce.
Now, one of the songs Beyonce recorded was called Bow Down, I've Been On, and it was rumored that Bow Down was actually meant for Rihanna.
That was a great
In the song, Beyonce was telling the girls to bow down, B, and she was letting them know who was the queen. And Rihanna did throw some subliminals, and she posted her stats and said, "I only know how to be number one. I could use a challenge. How that feel down there on your knees, huh?" She also posted more stats of her being one of the most successful pop artists and said, "It's only March, people. Hashtag 2013 is already owned. Hashtag stay tuned. Hashtag money over, bees." Now, even though Rihanna wasn't directly responding to Beyonce, a lot of people suspected that she was throwing subs. And it's possible that the song may have triggered her. She may have thought that the song was actually directed at her. But the whole Rihanna versus Beyonce conversation is a bit tired and dated, and both women have shown nothing but love for each other publicly. In fact, at the 2017 Grammys, Rihanna blew Beyonce a kiss when she saw her, and it was a sweet interaction. So there's no real beef between them. They just had some healthy competition. Last but certainly not least, it was rumored that Rihanna had some tension with Nicki Minaj at one point. Rihanna and Nicki have always been close friends in the industry. They've hung out together, they collaborated with each other, they always interacted with each other on social media. They both had a lot in common. I mean, they were two island girls who became successful international superstars. So they were very cool, but they had a fallout around 2017, and this was the year when Nicki Minaj was facing a lot of pushback from the industry. This was her hate train era. So around this time, Rihanna and Nicki unfollowed each other. And interestingly enough, Rihanna liked a few posts from Remy Ma. Now, Remy dissed Nicki in her song Sheether, and Rihanna was liking a few of her posts. She liked this one post that threw some shade at Nicki, and she also liked this post of Remy winning Best Hip Hop Artist over Nicki. Also, some fans suspected that Rihanna threw shade at Nicki over her Met Gala outfit. Nicki unknowingly put up a post that her fan created saying that she was one of the best dressed at the Met Gala. After that, Rihanna then put up a post showing credible sources crowning her the queen of the Met Gala. So some people felt like Rihanna was being a little shady when she did that. Now, interestingly enough, Nicki remained quiet about this whole tension between her and Rihanna. Even when she was asked about it by one of her fans on her Queen radio show, she avoided the question and hung up on her fan.
Is the Rihanna situation ever going to be cleared up, or are we going to talk about that?
What Rihanna situation?
Like, are you guys friends?
What's your name?
No, what's your name?
What's your name?
My name's Precious.
Bye, Precious.
Not bar.
I'm so lost. What happened with that? Precious, I had to cut the line, but I still love you. You still got my follow. The fact that I had to pay one Precious.
Whatever Rihanna and Nicki's beef was, it didn't last because in 2021, Rihanna and Nicki were spotted hanging out together, and they were posting pictures with their families. So Nicki and Rihanna are still very cool. We still don't know exactly why they fell out. We don't know what happened behind the scenes between these two. There's been speculations that they fell out over Drake because both Nicki and Rihanna have been linked to Drake. Now, we don't know if Nicki was with Drake for real, but we do know that Rihanna was dating Drake at some point. Also, it was rumored that they may have fallen out over Meek Mill, but none of this was ever really confirmed. I think the more likely reason why they fell out is because maybe they had a tense exchange behind the scenes. Nicki and Rihanna have spicy personalities, so that is very plausible. But whatever it was, they were able to set aside their differences, and they are still friends to this day.
Love it.
Now, I'm going to get into part 2 of this next video. I want you to stay tuned.
Oh, there's a part 2. She got more beef with niggas. A lot of this was very light. You know, with Beyonce, Janae, Nicki Minaj, like very light-hearted. But yeah, the random people who were coming at her, they were doing a lot, and it was very racist and just unnecessary. So when I talked about how she was bullying people, it's not in reference to any of these things. Check out the video that I reacted to about her coming at Ciara and Tiana Taylor and all those people. So I'm referencing some of those moments, and I even pointed it out in that video. But this, she wasn't in the wrong at all. She wasn't bullying them at all. Obviously, they came at her first. But I'm so glad she stopped doing this. She grew up, she matured, and she clearly found peace in her life. Because even, you know, Impressive saying, like, yeah, she was just defending herself. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, people who say that is just like... But even Impressive said in the video, she was like, she's clearly in a happier place. So it's just like... It's just... You are literally fighting the air. You're exerting all of your energy, and you are fucking up your own mental health when you are defending yourself. And people who are online and they're just like, oh, let them defend themselves. What's the problem? I don't get it. Y'all are just, it's just going completely over your head. You don't get it. You cannot win. People are going to talk shit about these A-list celebrities. There is nothing they can do to stop that. There is literally nothing that they can do. So trying to argue with everybody and clap back at everybody and respond to everybody, it just makes you look unhinged. It makes you feel terrible, and it puts you in a bad mental space. So a lot of you who are advocates of these celebrities defending themselves and clapping back, like, it's like you want them to be sad and depressed. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's a literal fact that when you immerse yourself into that negativity and argue with people, like, it makes you feel bad. So it's hurting them. So why would you want your favorite celebrity to engage in this low vibrational type behavior and you know, put them in a dark place. It doesn't make any sense. I don't get that at all, but sure. But I'm so happy for her that she is clearly moved on to the happy side, the happy side of life with her and her beautiful babies and all of that. So yeah, I hope she keeps this up. I love this for her. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think, though. Let me know what other videos you want to watch, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye!